Hello, Fort Lauderdale. Marc Fein alongside Mayor Dean Trantalis with our post-commission wrap-up, and it is September 9th, 2021. A lot happened today, as always, but a couple of issues I really want to touch on, a couple of the bigger issues. First of all, the property at Lockhart. It was somewhat contentious today. Vice Mayor Moritas is concerned about getting a park. There are a lot of options out there. There was a lot of talk tonight. Try and sum up for people what transpired
what happened tonight
and where we are.
So originally when we contracted with the Inter-Miami group, the idea was for them to build a state-of-the-art stadium, and on the acreage that we set aside for that, it was also to include football stadiums, it was also to include practice fields, and as well as their administrative offices and various other operations that we currently have there. The original investment was supposed to be approximately $60 million, and they ended up investing over $160 million.
Right.
And keeping in mind that the city owns the site, the city owns the improvements, and they have a 50-year license on there. And at the end of the 50 years, of course, it comes back to the city. Right. But in the meantime, we have use of the stadium, and we have use of the football fields, and we have use of all the open space that's there. What came up since then is the interest in the commission to develop the balance of the 20 acres that's there, which is kind of at the end of the runway near
Right.
the airport.
Right.
And I think that the commission has always contemplated there being a park there, a destination park. But there's never really been any definition as to what that should look like. There have been multiple iterations as to what that should be. But what's happened in the meantime was that the vice mayor kind of said some things to the press, and the commission, and including myself, got upset that she was criticizing the Inter-Miami and particularly David Beckham for broken promises, not doing what they said they were going to do, none of which was true. And I thought it soured our relationship with the organization, because we have an ongoing relationship. We're continuing to try to work with them as they continue to bring opportunities to our city. And one of those opportunities, of course, has been a possible bringing a women's soccer team to Fort Lauderdale, which would be absolutely a game-changing opportunity for us. And you know, women's sports has always been relegated to second place in America, and here we can finally bring women into the forefront with a national soccer team to a national soccer league, and but nothing is in writing, and a lot of it's still negotiations, and so I think this commission wanted to leave open the opportunity to allow this to happen. That doesn't preclude a park. Okay. 20 acres
Right.
is a lot of acres.
And I think that's the main concern, and I'm going to take the position of a lay person who's watching from the outside. And in the previous commission meeting, all of a sudden this women's soccer thing comes up, which nobody had heard prior to that.
Nor had we.
Right, nor had you. And somebody might say, you know, I could see how Vice Mayor Moritas might say, wow, I'm going to lose my park now because they're just going to take this. So respond to that.
Well, the reason why that's a disingenuous comment is because she met with them privately, as we all did, as they try to test the waters to see how we felt. But the amount of land that they would need is less than half. Okay, so right. let's just talk about 20 acres. Let's just put that in perspective. A football field, and I think a lot of people understand the size of a football field.
It's a good way to relate it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you put 4 football fields together, okay, side by side, making a big rectangle, all right, that's only 5 acres. Right. Okay. So imagine 4 football fields. That's bigger than some of the parks we have already in Portland. It's bigger than Carter Park. It's bigger than Holiday Park. It's bigger than a lot of parks. So by no means would a park be in any way diminished if we were to bring in a world-class soccer team, especially for women, here in Fort Lauderdale. It would be a great opportunity. Even if we were to make it 5, 6, 7 football field size,
right,
we still would have plenty of land for that park. Plus, they're willing to build the park. They're willing to, they meaning Inter-Miami, they're willing to build the park. They're willing to also put a dog walk and trail. They're also willing to put in any other sporting facilities there. The only thing the city would have to do is we've acceded to the vice mayor's request to put a community center there. I think I'm good with that, because we're also been approached by an organization to do esports, which requires a large 10,000 square foot space to do what's really gaining a lot of legs now in the world is the
Right.
esports. So we were in Orlando a few weeks back. We got to meet with some folks that have an academy there.
Full Sail University, right?
Full Sail University. And they want to bring a gaming center to Fort Lauderdale. And we thought it'd be a great opportunity to locate it there. And she even agreed. Okay, again, where does it go? Does it go, in the park space? Can we build it above this community center? All kinds of opportunities. But the thing is, tonight's agenda item was to open the conversation to the public so that they know what's been going on. A lot of people think, oh, it's all these secret meetings. Well, they're not secret. We wanted to open it up to the community. So we opened the floor tonight. We said, well, what do you want to see out there? Okay? And we didn't really hear much tonight.
Yeah,
we heard very
right.
little. We heard, oh, we want a park. Well, we all want a park, okay? But no one said what size, where it should be located. We showed some of the iterations that have been suggested. There must have been half a dozen, and they're all quite different. So to ask Inter-Miami, to build this, well, they say, well, build what? Which one of these are we talking about, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to get there. I think the community is a little closer now in the conversation. I think some of the people in the community were a little disappointed that we didn't already have something to present, but we're not ready. We just wanted to hear ideas.
And tell people, because you kind of gave the city manager some direction at the end of the conversation.
Yes.
Try and put something together so we can get a better idea of
We
where
have
we're
a working sketch that we can start from and see how we can massage it and work towards that.
All right, one more thing I wanted to discuss. Again, we just like hitting on a couple of the bigger points of what transpired today over a number of hours. Entertainment districts.
Yes.
And when you brought this item up, kind of opened it up to, hey, there are a lot of possibilities. Do we change what an entertainment district is? How do we handle these entertainment districts? What happened tonight? What did you hear tonight? And where do you think that's going?
So I raised the question of entertainment districts and asked that it be put part of the agenda this afternoon, because I wanted some healthy discussion as to, where is the city going? A lot of we have two entertainment, well, we supposedly have 7 entertainment districts, but the main ones are right on A1A and Las Olas on the beach, and in our Himashi, Las Olas riverfront area. And quite a few bars have opened up there, and some have come and gone, restaurants have come and gone. But the whole idea of an entertainment district was to loosen up the laws to allow the distance requirement between bars to be eliminated,
Right.
and to allow the hours of operations to go past what is normally allowed, and to allow decibel levels to be higher.
A little bit higher.
All of that. So we've been hearing a lot of complaints from neighbors who live in these areas now, and so it's tough when you have a fun city and you have a growing city and you're trying to integrate everyone's interests in what they feel is their quality of life to live in our city. So that's the challenge. So I said, let's talk about it. We got a lot of pushback from the entertainment community. All the bar owners were very upset about the thought that their 4 a.m. license would be cut back. We heard from a few residents who feel that the entertainment districts impede upon their quality of life. So, it's important to put it out in the public. It's important to have an open hearing, and that was the whole point of today's discussion.
And it seemed like the biggest issue were some bars had issue with other bars as much as restaurants.
They had with these renegade bars that are just outside the entertainment district that are violating every rule, and really what it comes down to is enforcement of rules that we already have. So I get that. I think that message was very, very well heard tonight by our city staff, and so let's hope that we can just enforce the rules that we have, so we don't have to squeeze these businesses, because they are part of the lifeblood of who we are here in Fort Lauderdale.
Both of these items to be continued, but I think it's important to point out, you mentioned a couple of times tonight, this is democracy at work.
Yes, it is. And I'm glad people got to see it. We have a full house this afternoon as well as this evening. We had some young baseball players here, Little League, who were champions in our state, so we're very proud of them. and everyone got to see how things are discussed and decided. We had a lot of frustrated neighbors here who were talking about their excessive water bills. We have a problem there, but hopefully in our next fiscal year, we'll be able to replace our water meters to electronic meters. It's been a big problem for a very, very long time.
Well, this is democracy at work. This is a short kind of summation of some of the things that transpired tonight. You can see the entire thing online and on our YouTube page. Of course, if you ever want any more information, you can go to our social media, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and always you can look for information at fortlauderdale.gov. Mr. Mayor, thank you as always.
Thank you, and get vaccinated.
There you go.
Thank
All
you.
right. We'll see you again next time. Thanks.